Yo, what's up guys? We got PokeaimMD here with the semifinals game. Well, my semifinals game for the Smogon Premier League. My team, the Tyrants, is currently in the semis, and we are playing the Wolfpack. Now, I'm playing Welli0u. A little bit of backstory. Welli0u is 2-0 versus me in SPL. He beat me this year, and he beat me, I think, it was either last year or the year before. And in RU Open Finals, I beat him 2-0. So this is kind of like the, I mean, does that really count as 2 games? So the way I saw it, this is the tiebreaker, right? This is the tiebreaker. Now my team is currently up 5-0 at the moment of me playing this game. If we get 7 wins, we win the week and we make it to finals. We've done really well, and I believe we've won we've won 6 weeks in a row, if I'm not mistaken. So we haven't lost since week 1, and there were 9 weeks. And then there was a tie as well, so I think that was 7 weeks in a row. But yeah, so looking at team preview, part of the reason why I actually brought this team is because when I played him in RU Open, the Mon that came both games was REMATCH, so I really liked it. Shout out to my boy Ajna for the build as well. I didn't really make any changes to his build. Of course, shout out to LL for also always helping. Appreciate him. So if my team loses here, again, just give me some backstory, and I'll leave the replay down below if you guys want to see it there. If my team loses here, we're out of SPL. If I win this game, we are at least guaranteed a tie. And then we also had my teammate going right after me. So anyway, looking at team preview, a few things I wrote down was he has very little Golisopod answers. Because looking at this build, I'm thinking potentially leftover sub Araquanid or Custap with Scarf, Tyrantrum. This is not defog Mana Buzz for sure, especially if you are running Sticky Web. And I'm thinking Toxic, Brave Bird, knockoff Roos. And I was actually looking at it, I was like, okay, maybe he's Z Porygon, like Z Electric, that conversion set. So and that's actually okay for me because I have Scarf Nidoqueen, which always outspeeds it, and I also have a Gigalith Understand with Tectonic Rage. So that's something I want to keep around. Tectonic Rage is also just really good here. For example, Earthquake into Tectonic Rage knocks out Blastoise with Sand. Tectonic Rage deals with Tyrantrum, deals with Metagross. So I think Gigalith is going to be very important here. And also, obviously, having Rock Blast for Mandibuzz and Araquanid. As far as what I said goes, very little Golisopod answers. Mandibuzz would be the only thing. Everything else doesn't really appreciate in first impression. Even Tyrantrum doesn't appreciate it. It was looking like Rocks Metagross. My Choice Band Metagross as well is really good if I get up Rocks. Because everything will be to a KO besides, I think, Blastoise. And obviously the Metagross as well. He has 1 Fairy Resist, which I kept in mind too, because I am running a Specs Whimsicott. So if I get a Whimsicott versus Mandibuzz and Metagross is weakened, I'm basically guaranteed a 2-hit KO on something. And yeah, I want to keep Scarf Nidoqueen in the back because my end game is probably going towards that clicking Earth Power, especially because it can pick off Metagross, pick off Tyrantrum, pick off a weakened Blastoise. So as far as leads go, I wanted something that matched up well versus almost everything, and I felt that was just really Golisopod because Araquanid was just such a great lead versus me, right? Beats the majority of my team besides Golisopod, and that's why I ended up going off with it. So he ended up leading off with Araquanid. This is great because it means I get a free first impression versus him. I get a free first impression. As he ends up getting a defense drop. Now, this is actually pretty crucial. The reason he went for the liquidation as well over potentially like Sticky Web is because Xatu could obviously come in, and if I get up Sticky Web, that could be annoying, especially with like Explosion, Metagross for Blastoise. So he got a defense drop, and this is actually pretty crucial because it means that he will activate my emergency exit. So I definitely know that this enticed him to go for another liquidation. He doesn't want me going out into Xatu on the Magic Bounce. However, because I am Citrus Berry, I'm able to take that, and I'm able to get rid of one of his Steel Resist, and that was such a great turn for me, like such a great 2 turns for me. 19% on Golisopod for so much from Araquanid. However, he does get a double defense drop, which means that Metagross can just come in and click Meteor Mash. I'm going to go Xatu, because even though Xatu is actually pretty good, if I get like, I have Scarf Toxic Nidoqueen, so if I Toxic Mandibuzz or I Toxic Porygon, Xatu with Calm Mind can potentially beat them. I don't think it's actually going to end up working that way. And I'd rather use my Rocky Helmet to get the chip I need. I'm laughing at what Poke said, but to get the chip I need on Metagross to either put it in range of first impression or make it that it's 2-hit KO'd by my by my Whimsicott. And like looking at his team, I didn't think this was Scarf at all unless he was Rock's Tyrantrum. So I go Xatu, goes for Meteor Mash, does a lot, but I know that's not banded because I'm a more offensive Xatu. I can Roost on the next one, take it, and this is really crucial too. Because now I get off a Heat Wave and it just weakens Metagross to the point of potentially 1 Custap, but also 2 my my Moonblast. But obviously I want to keep Custap in mind as an item on Metagross, especially because I've used it so much. So I decided to go out into my Golisopod because I get a free first impression as he makes the Mandibuzz play. Now, right here, he's going to Braver me. I stay in because, honestly, even though Golisopod is great with first impression, I don't want to go directly into Whimsicott. I don't want to go directly into Gigalith because if he foul plays, it'll do a lot to my Gigalith. And I actually decided to go out into my Gigalith now because basically I thought I can get up rocks. And what rocks ensure is, rocks ensure that he just, again, if that's an offensive Porygon, he does not switch into Moonblast at all. So, like if that's the Z conversion one that I'm thinking it is. So I get in my Gigalith. He goes for Roost. I go for the Stealth Rock here because I know he's going to Roost. There's no point in going for Rock Blast. And right here, he throws off a Toxic, as I did expect him to have, as I throw off a Rock Blast. And as you can see, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 5 hits and a crit. The crit didn't matter because of the fact that at average, I was knocking out Mandibuzz here. But the 5 hits were very important. I didn't realize the crit didn't matter. Like, I didn't realize, as you can see, but I'm actually looking at it. Yeah, but I said my bad because obviously. So Metagross comes in. This is 100% Custap, but either way, even though Golisopod is really good, Specs Whimsicott goes absolutely in. So what I decided to do is go out. I'm getting called. What I decided to do is go out into my Golisopod on the potential Meteor Mash as he goes for Stealth Rock. He's trying to weaken my team too for Porygon. 2 as well, so that makes sense. And I go for the first impression here, as now he's going to bring out Blastoise. Now the great thing is, again, he doesn't really switch into Whimsicott, and he doesn't know if I'm Specs or not as well. And I can be Specs Energy Ball. So I decided to sack Golisopod here. I thought that while it still could be good for first impression, I know that my Nidoqueen outspeeds his entire team. So bring out my Specs Whimsicott. Gonna go right for the Grass Knot, and that's easily gonna knock out Blastoise, as Porygon is gonna come out and it gets a special attack raise. It's download. I know it's that Z set. So what I decided to do is, he's definitely gonna Z convert here. I decided to go directly onto Gigalith. I get up the sand, and I also get up some poison damage on me too, which is a little bit good because I potentially die to his attack. And because I am attack invested, and sand is up, I'm able to always take that. Calc that I knew I would always take it, and I throw off a Tectonic Rage, and Porygon 2 goes down. His last is his Tyrantrum, which is just going to come in and go for Earthquake. All I got to do is stay in. If that was... Actually, the Mani crit was not lame. All I got to do is stay in so he can't like Rock Podge, so I'm pretty sure it's Scarf. And if he basically Rock Podge right here, Earthquake into Choice Band Bullet Punch for my Metagross, guarantee knocked him out. So I stay in here. I go out into my Nidoqueen now, which is going to be able to outspeed him, and I'm going to be able to knock him out despite the Sand Spadef boost that he does get. So I end up winning this game, and that actually means that I'm now 7-3 in SPL. It also ensures, because I played 9 RU games, because the other week, you guys know I was subbed into OU, it also ensures that I have the best RU record. So I'm really happy with how I played, especially because the past 2 SPLs, well, 2 years ago for one of the SPLs, I just got lucked every single game. Like it was really bad. But last year I just got dominated. So I'm happy to have not only just a positive SPL, but also a driving force in helping my team make it to finals. And so with my win, we're 6-0. My boy Sokado won right after me, so we're 7-0 versus Wolfpack, which means we are guaranteed. We are guaranteed finals. So Tyrants are making it to finals. And yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Good game to Welli0u. I finally managed to take a game off of him in SPL. Of course, if you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. And I just love Xatu. Like, I don't typically like Pokemon that are Pursuit Trapped. Like, I stood away from Bronzong. I stood away from Slowking after what happened. Like, the 2 times I brought Bronzong, got Pursuit Trapped, played 5-6. But Xatu obviously has a Rocky Helmet to chip away. But yeah, and it forces you to play differently, because he obviously would have went for Sticky Web if not for Xatu in the back. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my friends.